Righto. It is Sunday and I want barbecue, but I've decided I want cheap barbecue today. Cheap but nice. Chuck. Like, you wouldn't even know. Like, you wouldn't know you're getting a cheap cut when you hook into one of these. So today I'm going to turn this into pulled beef. I'm going to have pulled beef tacos. Fired up the offset out the back. It's purring away. So time to prep the meat. What is it? That's $19.50. So it's $18 a kilo. I don't know. Brisket's good, but when you're after a quick fix of something that's even remotely resembles a bit of brisket, this is the way I go. So there's not a lot to do. You just chuck them on the board. If there's a big bit of silver skin or something that you can see, get rid of it. If you don't really care, then it doesn't really matter. So that's it. Like, there's a nice bit of fat content. You want to keep the fat in there. That'll render down and be so nice and full of flavour, full of moisture. But that's good. See, I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't touch that. Being picky, you can get rid of it. To make it as much like brisket as I can, I'll hit it with my brisket rub combo. If I've got any left, hopefully I do. And I don't. That is unreal on brisket. That's the best one. Clark Crew, you've absolutely nailed it there. That is unreal. And then I normally go a White Lightning by, I think it's Boar's Night Out, but this one, 4 Monkeys home base, will have to do the trick today. Righto, bit of home base, which actually looks a bit like a rub that I might have made, but anyway, it'll do. Basically, I think at worst it's going to be salt, pepper, garlic, so don't have to be too crazy trying to keep that neat because there's no presentation side. Oh, clumpy rub. Clarks, have you got any new stuff? Let me know if you do, because I want to try it. Like, look at the value for money. 20 bucks, and you're getting 3 big pieces of meat. That would easily feed a family of 4, like us, for beef tacos any day of the week. So I'll leave that set up a little bit, and then make sure the pit is running where I want it to be, and come and grab it, and we'll chuck it on. Should take about, probably going to take 4 or 5 hours at 275 Fahrenheit, so I better get a rig on, otherwise I'll be in trouble. Righto, out here, as you can see, fire is roaring. Got the wood on top drying out. Just had the lid open, so it's running a little bit low at the minute, but got them sitting towards the front of the cook chamber here. They will just sit for the next hour or 2, and then we'll give them a check. These chucks have been on for a couple of hours now. Just having a check, having a spritz, looking pretty good. Bark starting to form. A couple of cheeky chicken wings on there for the cook. Now we are about ready to wrap. They've been on for about 3 hours now. Spritzing every half an hour since I checked them last, and looking pretty good. Normally I'd wrap them individually, but in this case I just chucked them all in a pan and covered them in foil. I probably should have done what I normally do and wrapped them individually. I do think it makes it a difference in retaining a bit of moisture, but anyway, I did not do that. Getting some char grilled corn salsa verde happening here. Going in with a red hot skillet and getting a bit of a char on that corn. Kind of hard to achieve on a skillet rather than over direct flame, but anyway, that's what we did. And then finely diced red onion, Get your jalapeno and strip those seeds out of it just to reduce the heat a little bit. And then finely dice that as well. That'll go straight in. Just adds that nice little crunch and a nice bit of heat. Just a handful of coriander. Use it sparingly, I guess. Not a lot of people like it that much, but if you do like it, chuck it in and then squeeze the juice of a whole lime in there. Give it a mix up and then cut that. So you can see I didn't get a great char on that corn, but it was cooked anyway, so that will do for tonight. Bit of a stir, little drizzle of olive oil, and give it a bit of a taste. Straight away you can tell salt and pepper absolutely needed, and that was bang on. Cuts through the richness of that meat. Now it's time to pull the meat, and it came apart pretty nicely. Like I said, I reckon I probably lost a little bit of moisture through not individually wrapping when I was during the smoking process, but anyway, still turned out pretty good and tastes so much like brisket. Topping it with a bit of feta, some avocado and some Kewpie, and then just a little sprinkle of tahini. Bang on. Time for a test. Alrighty, we've got the smoked chuck roast. It's been on the smoker for about 6 hours. Pulled it at about 198 and let it rest for half an hour to 45, and then pulled it and it come apart nicely. Let's give it a crack. That is bang on. If you're after a cut that's a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable than a bit of brisket or one of those premium cuts, go for a bit of chuck. Can't go wrong, honestly. You wouldn't even know. You got the same flavour profile, and yeah, you can have it just about every day of the week. Beer of choice to go with a sort of a Mexican style pulled beef with a rich meat. Can't go past a Mexican style beer. Bolter. I'm not even going to try and say that. It's bloody good. Thank you. See you on the next one.